The new box added some great Vaylantz cards, so in this video we'll explore some of their most devastating combos. Starting with the 1-card Dyna lock combo. To begin, we'll scale the YuGiOh from our hand and use her Pendulum effect to special summon herself. Do keep in mind, this will lock you into special summoning Vaylantz monsters only, except for monsters from the extra deck. Then we can use her Ignition effect to search a Vaylantz spell from our deck and we'll add solo activation. Next we'll use the solo activation to scale either Nizuki or the Buster Baron. They are interchangeable in the combos presented, but especially the Baron may have some benefits over Nizuki as it is a fire machine, allowing Mad Marquis or Dominator Duke to special summon themselves from your scale if you already have one of those in hand, to allow for additional extension. Anyway, we'll scale the Nizuki for now and use his effect to special summon itself, before using his Ignition effect to move YuGiOh to an adjacent zone. This will trigger YuGiOh to add us another Vaylantz monster from our deck, so we'll add the voltage discount. Then we'll link off YuGiOh with Nizuki to link summon beyond the Pendulum, and use her effect to add a high scale, 7 or higher. If you run one of the scale 9 Kendo spirits you can add those, otherwise add Curtain Raiser. Scale both the voltage discount and Curtain Raiser and Pendulum summon the 2 Vaylantz monsters from our extra deck. Next we'll link both of them off for an Electromite. And we'll use its effect to add Saiyan to our extra deck. Then we'll special summon Voltage Discount using its effect, and, if we've used a Kendo Spirit to Pendulum summon, that card is safely back in our hand by now, we'll move a Vaylantz from our extra deck to our spell/trap zone. When you've used Curtain Raiser, as we've done here, you can forego this effect. Now we'll use Electromite's pop effect to pop the Curtain Raiser whilst adding Saiyan to our hand, clearing the Pendulum zone and drawing a card. Next we'll scale Saiyan before special summoning it using its effect. With the 2 level 4s on field we'll exceed summon Gallant Granite, and by detaching 1 material we'll add Fossil Dyna. Then we'll link off the Electromite and beyond the Pendulum to link summon Avermax, before normal summoning Fossil Dyna and ending our turn. With this setup we have Avermax, who cannot be targeted and is therefore quite hard to out, but who also protects Fossil Dyna from battle. However, Fossil Dyna is not safe from spells, so how do we fix that? To kick this combo off, we'll scale YuGiOh and use her Pendulum effect to special summon herself. On field, we'll use her Ignition effect to fetch us a Vaylantz spell and we'll again add solo activation. Then we'll activate solo activation to scale Nizuki or Buster Baron in the rightmost zone, before special summoning it with its effect. Now we can use its Ignition effect to move YuGiOh towards an adjacent zone, which will trigger her effect to fetch us any Vaylantz monster, so we'll add Voltage Viscount. Next we'll use both Vaylantz monsters on field to go into Electromite, and use its effect to add the new Majesty Pegasus to our extra deck. Then we'll scale and summon Voltage Viscount, and use its effect to move a monster from the extra deck to our spell and trap zone. It doesn't really matter which monster you'll pick as we immediately pop it with Electromite to add either Vaylantz monster to hand. Only add the other if you already have a second YuGiOh in hand. Next we'll special summon Our Lady beyond the Pendulum by linking off Electromite and Viscount, and use her effect to add Performaple Duelist Extraordinaire to our hand. Scale the YuGiOh and Extraordinaire, and perform a Pendulum summon. Pendulum summon Viscount and Pegasus, so we can use Pegasus effect to add Secret Village to our hand by discarding the random card. Then we'll overlay the Viscount and Pegasus into Gallant Granite, and normally we would use its effect to detach a monster to add Fossil Dyna to our hand. But we already have Fossil Dyna, so we cannot use Gallant's effect now, nor is it needed. Since we haven't normal summoned just yet, normal summon the Fossil Dyna to not only lock opponents out of using spell cards, when we activate Secret Village of course, but also locking everyone out of special summons. We also have Duelist Extraordinaire in our scale which can prevent a destruction from battle once per turn, ensuring that we keep both Fossil Dyna and Beyond the Pendulum around to continue locking the opponent. But why wasn't solo activation added to the searchers of this combo? Because the combo does play out a little different and needs an additional extender, despite it being a great search card. We start this combo by activating solo activation to scale YuGiOh, which we will immediately special summon and use her Ignition effect to fetch us specifically the Konig Wissin or the place of beginning to fetch Konig Wissin. Activate Konig Wissin so that its counterpart will be placed in the opponent's field spell zone. Since the opponent now has a face-up card, they no longer can activate Infinite Impermanence, which can be very helpful. Now we'll use solo activation's effect by banishing itself so we can move a Vaylantz monster to an adjacent zone. So we'll move YuGiOh no Mae to activate her effect to add the voltage viscount. Then we'll scale our starting monster and use its effect to special summon itself. Do keep in mind, if you would open with Curtain Raiser, you start the combo off by scaling and summoning it as it needs no monsters on field to special summon. Doing it like this will even allow Marquis and Dominator Duke to be used as extenders. Link off both monsters to special summon the Electromite. And use its effect to send Majesty Pegasus to the extra deck. From here onward, the combo plays out similarly as before. Scale and summon Voltage Viscount. Now we have to use its effect to move a card to the spell/trap zone. Pop it with Electromite to add YuGiOh no Mae. Summon Beyond the Pendulum with the 2 monsters on board. Then add Duelist Extraordinaire. Scale the Ordinaire and YuGiOh no Mae. And perform a Pendulum summon by summoning Pegasus and Viscount. Pegasus will now allow us to fetch a field spell by discarding a card, so we add Secret Village. Overlay Pegasus and Viscount for Gallant Granite. And use its effect to fetch Fossil Dyna. Normal summon the Fossil Dyna, activate the field spell, and we have the opponent locked again. You may ask, but Grub, for this combo, why do we need to activate Koenig Wisson onto our field? Well, dear viewer, otherwise this could happen. So, this deck, as most Pendulum-based decks, are quite difficult but flexible and almost always have plays. The deck list as shown here is the cheaper version, as you prefer to run 2 of both field spells for optimal plays. Also, this deck is already excellent going second, but even better when tailored for it. Something to keep in mind whilst building this deck. If you guys are interested in an extended combo guide utilizing the new Arktos XII or just want to see test hands with this deck, let me know by liking or commenting on this video. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you need anything else to watch, let the YouTube algorithm introduce you to some videos that are put on your screen about now. Happy viewing!